Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech protected.
Hello everybody! We are in a whole new setup today. Thank you to our good friends at Fact TV. So we are live streaming on our Facebook page as usual. I do have Yana still with me over Zoom. So we have... Hi Yana! You're on television.
Hi. I know we're really feeling famous.
So please bear with us as we get used to this new setup, but we're really excited about all these features and the beautiful artwork around us today and the amazing equipment that Fact TV is offering for this workshop. So today we are going to build finger puppets. And for those of you that don't know, we've been doing these live streams every Thursday at 2 p.m. and through our Sandglass Theater Facebook page. And today we have a wider range of streaming possibilities which we will carry forward into future Thursdays. And every week we've been doing a different project, and today we are doing finger puppets. So this is a little prototype that I've built for you to just get an idea. And what you build will not look anything like this. It can be anything in the world that you can dream up, but it will fit on your finger. And we sent out a little materials list, but if you're just joining, no worries, it's not a whole lot. So we'll just go over what you will need. We have felt of all sorts. I packed up a felt scrap bag. So this is a great project for scraps, and I here have just a wide range of fabric scraps, all of which are going to be pieces I can use. Some of them already have shapes cut out of them. So I like to keep my scraps, particularly for projects like this. We try to not waste any materials, and like you've seen in past live streams, we often go through our recycling to figure out anything that we can use to make puppets. So if you don't have felt, you can, of course, use construction paper. Heavier paper is good, but colored paper is great. And feel free to just improvise, and if you have a better idea and a different way you want to do something, go for it, and please share with us. Materials, a scissors is really important. I have a pen, because I'm going to trace around my finger on the felt, and I have a hot glue gun. So if you don't have a hot glue gun, white glue works as well. It just takes a little longer to dry, so you can pull that out. I also have my extra glue stick. I also have hand sanitizer. You never know when you might need that. So here we go. We're just going to start in on our project, and it's a kind of build along with us if you have questions. I hope I can see it here in my, I have 3 computers going right now. So if I can see the live stream, I can see your questions come in live. Otherwise, this video will continue to be up on Sandglass, so you can follow up with us. We love it when you share your progress with us, share what you're building with us, make a little puppet show after, send it to Sandglass. We love to hear from you because we feel so far apart right now. So be in touch. Okay, so Yana, are you all ready? Hey Desi, we're joined by Desi and Zach. Great, we have a whole family there.
Let's sing the song.
All right, we have a winter sunshine song that we sing to get us by. Y'all want to lead it?
Sure. Okay. When the skies are cold and gray, you can chase your chills away. With a little sunshine, I'll be yours, you'll be mine, and
And one more very important thing to mention is today is Desmond's birthday. So I'm so excited that he's here building with us on his birthday. Whoopee! What a way to celebrate. So, off we go. I'm going to start with a larger scrap of felt or construction paper. And choose whatever color I want to choose. In this case, I think I'm going to choose this larger scrap of blue. And I'm just going to cut off all my little frayed edges right here because they're just little Gebinschlitzers that get in the way. Oh, there's that word again. Gebinschlitzer is a word that we use frequently to mean things when you can't quite think of the word. It's a great word. So I'm going to fold my fabric in half so that I have two sides, right? Of course, my finger wants to slide in between them. And I'm going to make sure that it's nice and even at the bottom. And then, placing my fabric on the table, I'm going to take my pointer finger, because that's probably the finger I'm going to use for my finger puppet, unless I have multiple finger puppets and can use multiple fingers. And I'm going to place it right on that fabric so I can see the outline. And trace with my pen a wider rim around the finger, but I know that it's going to fit the length of my finger. So nice and wide. And the fun thing about finger puppets is that they can be a little bit scrappy. They don't have to be perfectly measured out. They're playful. You can just kind of play around and see what happens. And so you can see now, I hope that my line is, maybe I need to make it a little darker so you can see. Oh, of course I need to hold things up to this computer screen as well, because you guys have a different view.
Oh, sure. Are you making it?
So I've traced my line.
Oh, I see. So one side stays closed.
Exactly. So I've traced my line, so it goes all the way around the outline of my finger. It's not tight around my finger, it's loose around my finger. Okay, so once I've made that line, I'm gonna cut that line. So remember, I have it folded in half, so I have two pieces that are gonna be exactly the same. Yeah? Do you have a question, Yana?
I wasn't sure if you were leaving that one seam closed. Like the folded part.
You know what? I could leave it closed, but I think when we glue it, it's nicer if we start with it open so we have an even arc all the way around. So yes, with Yana's advice, I'm going to cut these two pieces apart now that I know that they're exactly the same. And because I traced my line on this outside piece, I'm actually going to flip it over just to hide that line on the inside piece. So now I have, and I have to flip them both over, of course, because I didn't make them perfectly symmetrical. Now I have two pieces. They're the front and back. And I can move over to my hot glue gun. Or if you're working with construction paper, I'll move over to white glue. White glue, of course, takes a little longer to dry, so just take a sip of your preferred beverage while you wait and look out the window and listen to the birds. So I'm going to now, with my glue, open up my two pieces, remembering how it folds back in. And I'm going to just line the top round portion with my glue, right? I don't want to do the bottom because that's where my finger has to go in. So just the arc all the way around. Here we go. Okay. I remember which way to lay over my other one. Okay. So now I have the base of our finger puppet. It's kind of like one finger from a glove. Yeah. So this is our base template from which we're going to make our finger puppet. And now if I notice that my edge is not quite smooth, right, I have a little thing sticking out here, I can just go in with the scissors again, smooth it out. I just don't want to cut too deep so that I lose my glue there, right? But hot glue, it spreads a bit when you put it on. Hello, Jenko. We're joined by one more of the family. Oh, and he's gone already. What I love about this new culture of Zooming. Oh, there he is again. Hi, Jenko. In this Zoom culture, we get to step into people's living rooms all the time, or kitchens in this case, which I find to be really entertaining and lovely because you see where people are, how they are making their homes.
Joshi.
Yes.
I think mine is maybe I made it a little too big. Like I can't bend it so easily.
Oh, so maybe you need to make it a little shorter.
Make it a little, oh yeah, maybe a little shorter. Okay.
Yeah. They should be a little bit stiff, right? They want to have some integrity to their shape. That looks great, Desi. Yes, that looks great.
Desi, do you know what kind of character you're making today?
I'm making a chicken.
Oh, nice. In honor of Desi's birthday, I'm gonna make a sloth. I got a photo here of a sloth, and I'm gonna make a finger puppet out of it.
Wonderful.
Because he likes sloths.
I do.
Zach, do you know what you're going to make yet?
I don't know yet. I'm not sure.
So this is the joy of the creative process, is that, some of us go into a project knowing what we want to make. Some of us just start and see what emerges. Some of us start with one idea, and then that idea changes as we go along. So feel free, do it your way. I don't know yet what I'm going to make. I tend to just start and see what happens. And I think it's very important not to be too judgmental of what you're doing as you're making it, because it's transforming all the time, and it might surprise you, and a character might emerge if you give it the freedom to do so. So
I did something nice.
Yeah.
It was still too big for me, so I flipped it inside out, like how you would if you were sewing. And now it's perfect.
That's a nice idea. Yes, you could do that too. Mine is a little bit too small to do that with, so I'm just going to leave it. But Yana inverted hers. It means that you will have the seam on the inside, right? Like we do with sewing projects a lot. Also a great option. So now you can begin to explore what kind of character you want to make, what it's going to look like, right? So I am very much inspired by colors. Some people are very inspired by shapes. And that's really all there is to it. We are compiling colors and shapes to make different facial features. And with the chicken here, the very first thing that I made was the beak. And the way I did that is I cut a little triangle, and then I held it perpendicular to my face and curled it and stuck it right on the center of the face. I don't know if you can see that here. There we go. Yes. So you can see it pokes out from the face. And Desi, that might be something you'll do with a beak for your chicken, right?
Yeah.
a round triangle that you stick on. And sometimes you can just play, see what shape they become, right? This one would make a nice beak. It's all pointy. I can just stick it on. Felt molds really nicely. So, I am going to start with some eyes. I like this. I'm gonna use some of that.
Oh,
Yana, what do you start on if you're making a sloth?
well, the picture of the sloth that I'm looking at, it's a little, it's a baby sloth, and so I'm just looking at how I can kind of imitate. Looks like almost it has a little mask. So I'm just looking how I could imitate some of the colors and shapes from the sloth's face, make it in felt, and then I'm gonna glue it on, and then so it's gonna be the little. Right now I'm working on a shape that's gonna where the eyes are gonna go on.
Yeah, I'm working on the eyes as well. I think I'm making bug eyes, big bug eyes. So I started with the bottom of the eye, and now I'm going to take my black and make a pupil for the eye.
Are you just experimenting, or are you working on a specific character, George? I forgot.
I'm not sure. I think these feel like bug eyes, so I think I'm going to make some kind of bug.
Yeah.
And so I'm just cutting circles. That's the first shape I'm working on right now. Circles, and I like this color combination of this teal green and this black felt. You can see here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Gonna be very dramatic eyes. It's nice to think about when you're making a face, what is the primary feature of that face? Some have their nose is really the central feature of their faces, right? That's the primary thing that draws the attention that your character is expressed through. Some are expressed through a mouth, some through ears or pointy ears or scraggly hair or big eyes or red eyes, whatever it is, thinking about what is that central character feature.
I added the comb to mine now.
Oh, nice. You want to hold it close to the camera, Desi, so we can see it?
So I actually,
Oh, that's great. Talk us through how you did that.
so I just took a piece of red felt and then I cut a slit in it, and then I cut out the comb shape around it, and then I put hot glue on the slit, on the inside of the slit, and glued it on.
Very cool. So I have cut out my eye pieces and I'm going to glue them onto my little finger template now. I don't do a lot of measuring. I do a lot of eyeballing. I'm a chronic eyeballer when it comes to crafting.
Chronic eyeballer. Oh, that's great. That's like Ina saying she's OC.
Me too.
Obsessive creative. And chronic eyeballer. Love that.
I have envy of people that are much more specific and measure out their things and are very patient in that way. But, you know, to each their own. Mine has, and as a result, I have things like slightly different shaped eyes or slightly different sized eyes. One is a little bit bigger than the other. But I find for a project like this, that's fun. That's what gives the character some expression that can be then worked into whatever little puppet scene you create after. making a fly, which reminds me of it reminds me of a limerick. But let me see. Sometimes it's nice to look at a photograph of what you're making for inspiration. So I'm going to look at, what do flies have? Let's see. What? I'm looking at a picture of a fly.
Do they have a little like sucker in the front?
They do. And I think I have a good color for that. I'm going to work with this orange color next.
Yeah, what do you think, Dizzy?
You should sharpen them.
Ja, für die Eyes.
For the eyes, yeah.
Oder ich dachte mir, eine kleine Perle draufnehmen.
They're kind of like strips. In them.
Oh.
I think I'm gonna do orange for the beak. Yeah.
So as we're just kind of crafting and seeing what emerges, I wanted to share with you that Sandglass is doing a number of things right now to try to stay connected with you all and offer some puppetry for a variety of ages. We have, of course, these live streamed workshops every week. And if you are not signed up for our mailing list or following us on social media, those are the places where we send out what we're going to do in advance, and we send you the materials list so that you can come to the workshop all prepared with the materials you want to use. We also are doing pretty much weekly what we're calling art bursts, which are exactly what they sound, little bursts of art that we are curating, especially for digital world right now. So those are sometimes associated with projects that we're working on, that we're creating, shows we're creating, and sometimes they're just really fun, silly puppetry videos. We do puppetry for adults as well as for children. So we also have some videos on demand of archival shows for both adults and for kids. So you could rent a past Sandglass show and watch that. That's on Vimeo. And you can find all of this on our website, sandglasstheater.org. If you go there, you can browse what we're up to right now. And there's more ideas in the works coming up. So we really encourage you to keep in touch and keep following what we're up to. There'll be some fun opportunities soon. I'm going to make a nose right now. And I want to give it a little bit of three-dimensionality, if that's a word. So I'm going to fold my piece in half as I glue it on so that it sticks out. That's my little nose. What did you call it, Yana? A nose peeler?
What?
What do flies have here?
Oh, a little sucker, like a
Oh yeah.
little pipsqueak with a like suction cup at the bottom. A little gebinschlinzer.
A little gebinschlinzer. There we go. There's the word again. Coming in real handy. So I think mine needs some wings. Of course, that's probably the defining feature of a fly, the wings. And so maybe I'll attach them to the back here. Use my wing shape. And I can do the same thing again now where I fold a felt in half or a paper in half so that when I cut it out once, it makes the same shape twice so that I know it's symmetrical on both sides. If you're interested in being symmetrical, it's also not so important. have this little white scrap I'm going to use for that. They do kind of have translucent wings. I could, of course, go in with a marker or a pen if I wanted to just hand draw part of it as well, especially if you're using construction paper. You could go in with some Sharpie. Yeah, something like
All
that.
right, well, George, my sloth is coming along. Well, maybe it looks a little bit like a monkey. Here it is.
Oh, he's wonderful.
And so I just made his face completely out of felt. And he has felt eyes with it, but I put a little Sharpie in them, a felt nose, and then I made a little extra chin that I glued over so I could give him this little bit smile. So it's kind of three-dimensional in there. And then I gave him one arm. Sloths, I guess, have these long claws. That's how far I got so far.
That's great.
And Desi?
Update. I added the beak,
Nice.
Oh, wonderful.
and I purposely put it really far down, and I think my chicken is gonna have a really big forehead. Just like
And Zach?
me.
A Zach update?
I'm making a rock and roll spiral worm.
A rock and roll spiral worm.
Yeah. No, actually, it's a caterpillar.
Oh, yeah.
Rock and roll caterpillar.
Oh, wonderful.
Zach, do you want to hold it a little closer and show what you're doing? Because I also liked how Zach cut right into that initial
Oh, yes.
fabric to give it a little texture there, a little ripple effect on the head.
His mohawk.
Awesome. Yes. I love how playful these become and how differently it's interpreted by each person who makes something. I'm just going in with my pen on the wings a little bit to give them a little decorative quality.
Josh, soon can you hold up and show us what you're doing? How yours is
Yes, let me just finish my wings
going? Okay.
and I'll give you an update. So I'm gonna paste the wings to the back of my little creature here. I'm gonna look at it from the front. Yes, that's where I want them. We started doing these live streams because of all the families that were suddenly homeschooling and all the parents that were suddenly becoming teachers as well, in hopes that it might be something fun for a whole family to do together. As you can see with Jana's family, hanging out all together, crafting, and we've really enjoyed this time to hang out together, even if it's from a distance, and just kind
That's
of,
very true. It's definitely something I look forward to each week.
yeah,
Sandglass workshops.
dissolve into a little
We
craft
really got
project.
that going right from the beginning. Well, you did, Shush. And, well, we've all been participating right from the beginning, and that was nice. It was one of the steady things throughout this strange time. For a moment, I was considering adding some fur to my little sloth, but I think I might leave him how he is.
I'm just gonna make a tiny little eyebrow. His eyebrows might be differently shaped. Just because the scraps kind of fit in that way. So we hope that as you're making your little creations that you send us what you're working on, send us pictures, send us a little video, a little scene. I'll share with you at the end of this video a wonderful way to make a little puppet booth for yourself and how to make a very small puppet short scene. Okay, I'm gonna paste on my eyebrows and then do a little show and tell.
Oh yeah, nice.
I find for me one of the most helpful things right now to keep myself feeling good is to get fully absorbed in a little project here and there. A little bit like a meditation. So this is where I'm at right now. If you can come in close and see. There's wings, two big bug eyes, made a little protruding nose, and some eyebrows.
Oh yeah. Oh, oh, that's perfect. I love it.
I have to show on both screens here. So I feel the last thing I want to give my little fly fellow, or whatever he is, and I don't even know if flies have hair on the top of their heads, but this character kind of wants a little something scruffy up there, I feel like. Or maybe I want to give him a hat. I can't decide, but I want something on the top of his head. So let me look at my colors here and decide what I want to use. They often have that kind of green glaze, right?
Oh, that's true, yeah.
They don't call it hot glue for nothing.
Was it just
It's
so
hot.
or something?
Yeah, careful with that hot glue.
Particular hot glue though.
Okay. Just gonna make a little toupee here.
Too big. Do sloths have ears? I don't see this guy.
No, their heads are pretty slick.
Pretty slick, right?
They have like
Maybe from the
inward
side.
ears.
Probably, yeah.
Under all that fur, under all that.
What are
Their
those
face
ears called
cuts.
again?
What are what?
Those ears called again? Like snakes have those ears. They're like inverted ears or something. I don't know. Your ears. My ears.
Okay. My sloth is gonna get a little bit of hair.
So I decided that my chicken is gonna be a confused chicken. So I gave him some eyebrows.
Oh, I
And,
love that. So Desi is showing really nicely. We've been talking in past workshops about how to be expressive with eyebrows and eyes, and Desi chose to have two very different ones. So one eyebrow low and one eyebrow kind of high and surprised, one low and confused. So you can play around by just moving around your little pieces and then see what it looks like and see, oh, that looks very confused, or that looks very surprised. But there's a lot of ways to play with the expression of your little character here. So.
Well, it's also fascinating about the expression is that sometimes just one little moving the eyebrow just to be straight or a little slanted right away has a huge impact on the character of that face and the expression of that face.
Yeah.
I added some eyebrows and some hair to my sloth. I made a little bit lighter eyebrows and I put a little tuft of hair. It's all made out of felt.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I'm just going to finish that little
I'm all yours, Dizzy.
tongue sucker thing that comes out of the fly's mouth or whatever flies have. Do they have mouths?
Yeah. I think so. One trick with the hot woman is to unplug it and then it'll go right up. And this woman in there.
Okay. I'm just going to add this last little thing. And just because we're only working for an hour here, by all means continue to create. You could make a whole cast of characters. Or spend however long on just the one. They can get really intricate. Even though you start with only just the one base, you can collage it for a very long time. You can add all sorts of different features. You can make an animal and add human features like a top hat or glasses or a bow tie. A bow tie would be fun on my fly. Maybe I'll make a bow tie.
Yeah, I'm actually amazed that we've been able to talk about a finger puppet since we began 40 minutes ago. Sometimes when you look at puppets, you can't really tell how much work goes into them, even a finger puppet. So to really break it down into these little steps, it shows me how intricate of an art form it actually is. And then that on top of it, you can make a little performance with it afterwards. Really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Zacho's caterpillar is looking really good.
Oh, let's have an update, Zach.
Right.
Oh, he's so great.
Yeah, I really like that. You have the caterpillar crawling function there built into the puppet.
Right. So one thing Zach is also showing is that our puppet doesn't need to be vertical, right? He's made his horizontal, so you can play with it any direction you want. I'm just finishing up a bow tie here. One fun way to make a little puppet scene is to choose a song and to enact the song. That makes me think of fly songs. I can think of a few fly songs. There's Shoo Fly, don't bother me. Shoo Fly, don't bother me. And then there's the old lady that
swallowed the fly.
I don't know why she swallowed a fly. And then you could make all the finger puppets of all the different characters she swallowed.
Yeah, that's a nice idea.
And then you could make a little set that's the old woman's belly. All right. I'm just gonna glue on my bow tie here. Okay, I want to have more definition in my bow tie, so I'm also going to go in with my pen here, or maybe a marker. Just draw the little fold lines. Okay. So we could keep building for a really long time, and we'll check back to look at the finished products. But I want to also share with you a little puppet stage you can make. Now, I was at a house this weekend where they had to replace the hot water heater, and there was all this cardboard hanging out on the porch, and I said, can I use some of that? I have to make a puppet stage. So I got some cardboard, just some regular old cardboard, and I cut out a square. I did measure it a little bit. I didn't eyeball all of it because the flat line on the bottom is very helpful. So I used a straight edge for that. And then I cut my rectangle, and then I just made a small incision on these two sides, right? I cut out the middle here so that I can fold it. I can fold it, but it's not fully cut through. So it can stand like that. And I painted the front with a little acrylic paints that I had, or you could collage it. You could use other paper and collage it on top with glue. You could put some real curtains if you wanted to. You can do whatever you want with this. You could draw little audience members underneath. But this becomes the perfect little puppet stage for my little puppet show. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I have a limerick. A flea and a fly in a flue were imprisoned, so what could they do? Said the fly, let us flee, said the flea, so they flew through a flaw in the flue. Limericks are really fun for small miniature puppet shows. That one was by Ogden Nash. So choose a limerick, make a little finger puppet for the limerick, make your stage, send it to Sandglass, tag us at Sandglass Theater on any social media, well, on Instagram or Facebook. Or you could choose, like I said, a little song. You can enact the song. I should probably make a flea character as well, so I can have my fly and my flea to tell this little story together. But they're very fun, and you can come right in close with the camera, and they're perfect for the film version of sharing puppetry right now that we have right now. So we encourage you to choose a limerick, make your own little finger puppets, make your own little stage, make your own little video, and send it in to us so that we can enjoy what you're doing as well, and we can share it with the wider community. So before we wrap up, I'd love to see where you all are at.
All right, so here's my chicken, and he kind of turned into a skeptical chicken rather than confused. He's like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, with the one with that raised eyebrow.
Yeah.
Very skeptical.
And this eyebrow got a bit thick, but
Oh, it's great. It's great. Go bold. Yana, how's your sloth coming along? Is it
Oh,
finished?
here comes the caterpillar.
Oh, I love that hair flip.
I think it's a caterpillar with like a hair attitude.
Wonderful.
Nice. And here's my sloth. Hello, everybody. I'm gonna go and hang out again and sleep.
Desi's birthday sloth.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. I just love the things that emerge when people start to just create and see what comes out of it, see what emerges. Get playful, feel free, don't be judgmental of anything you make, just let it continue to emerge. I want to let everyone know that we are currently not touring and not producing live theater at our puppet theater in Putney due to COVID, of course. So we are trying to stay connected, and we have a little pay what you can link set up on our website, on our Facebook page. So you can make a little donation, send it our way, support us as you can if you would like. Every little bit helps for us right now. We also just really love to be in touch. So if you want to write an old-fashioned letter, we love that. If you want to send it digitally, we love that. Or just let us know you're out there, and share your creations with us. So we'll be back again next week with a different puppet craft project for the whole family. So we hope that you'll tune in for that. We hope that you will tell your friends and maybe turn it into a watch party on Facebook. And yeah, keep building puppets. Anything you'd like to say, Anna?
Great. That sounds great. We look forward to next Thursday for some more fun.
And Desi, we wish you a very, very happy birthday. Do you have some fun things planned?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. They must be secret. Great. Well, I think that brings us near the end of our puppetry project. And be in touch. Let's do one last Winter Sunshine song with all our puppets.
Okay. You lead it this time, Sushi.
Okay. Gonna get out my stage. When the skies are cold and gray, you can chase your chills away. With a little sunshine, I'll be yours, you'll be mine. At the winter sunshine play. Woo! Hey! Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining.